Hello, this is Crystal Whitcliffe with Feel Yoga, and I'm so delighted that I'll be practicing with you today. Today we are going to be practicing Yin Yoga. Yin Yoga allows you time in a pose so that you can ask yourself how you feel. Ask your heart how it feels, and tap into how your body feels. Please get into a comfortable seat. Bring awareness to the natural rhythm of your breath, the rising and the falling, the inhale and the exhale. And with each breath, allow any titles, any roles, any responsibilities to fall away. Let go of anything that may have happened, or the anticipation for what's to come. Just tuning in to your breath. Now look around the space that you're in. It may be a room that you're very familiar with, but just take a moment to observe. Now taking a deep inhale and a full body exhale. Bring the soles of your feet together for butterfly. You can bring any props underneath your thighs, such as blankets, bolsters, pillows, or blocks to support you. Allow the sides of your feet and the bottom to ground you. Allow your shoulders to fall away. Today I invite you to observe without judgment. Observe where and what you feel in your body. Observe any feelings that may come up and thoughts in your mind. And be an observer. Allow yourself to fall over and to fall and land wherever your body invites you to. Your hands can be placed on your feet or on the mat, and you can even place a bolster on your feet or a little out further for your hands. Drink in breath and exhale it out. Allow your neck to be heavy. Notice where you're feeling stretch, where your body is talking to you. And send breath there. Taking another deep inhale. Let that go. Place your hands on the mat and walk yourself up, lengthening your spine. Allow the echoes of that pose to rain on your spine. Place your hands on the back of your thighs and bring them together. Our next pose is swan. Place your right shin at the front of your mat. Use your hands to come up on that right shin and then send your left leg back. Again, here you have choices. You can place pillows or blocks underneath your bum. If you would like, take your time to find how this pose lives in your body. Pressing your hands into the mat. Take in a deep inhale. Let it go. And then come down to your forearms or to blocks. Allow your neck to be heavy. And give yourself any support that your body is asking for. Notice the compression on the right side and the opening on the left. Notice what body part is talking to you right now. Simply observe it. You can come down to your forearms if you would like and rest your head on your hands or on the mat. Notice where your breath is in your body. Is there any place you can soften? Taking a deep inhale. Let it go. Place your hands back on the mat. Lift yourself up. Curl your left toe under. Send your right leg back for downward facing dog. Walk the dog. Notice if there's a difference between the left and the right. You can either come back down to all fours and then send your left shin to the front and your right leg back, or come straight into swan on the left side or the other side. Oftentimes we are so busy physically and mentally that we cannot hear the messages that our body and our heart is sending us. But when you're in stillness, when you're in observation, you can tap into your inherent wisdom. Now you can come down to your forearms, to blocks, or to your hands. And it could be a journey. You can start on your forearms and wait for your body to invite you to go down further. Or maybe it doesn't. And maybe this is your pose for today. Again, you can always bring something underneath your bum to support you. And our left and our right side are usually different. Just make an observation. Nothing to do about it. It's neither right nor wrong. It just is. Send breath to your back body, expanding your sides and your back, allowing the breath to go and flow up through your spine, and then let it all out. And maybe now you want to go down a little further. Send breath to any parts of your body that needs a little attention. You can always come back to your breath. Taking a deep inhale. Let it out. Take another deep inhale. Let it out with a sigh. Remove any props from underneath you. And now I want you to come into all fours. Come into a child's pose, sending your bum all the way back, or come into any other pose that feels nourishing. Bring any movements that feel good to you. Meet me back into all fours. Come onto your forearms and send your leg back. So you're lying on your belly again. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and your hands straight out. Notice your pelvis in the mat. And soften your glutes, your shoulders, even your toes. Soften. Allow your neck to be heavy. And your head can come to a block, if you would like, on its highest height for Sphinx. This is a mild back bend. So if your back is giving you some negative feedback, you can take a blanket, roll it up, and put it right here under your hip crease. What's also delicious is if you put a blanket underneath your forearms as well. It may help you stay in the pose a little bit longer. In yin, we hold for time, we hold for stillness. In the Goldilocks position of your edge, not pain, but edge. And also, you are in control of how much stretch and stress you want to feel in your body. If you want a little bit more, you can extend your arms out for seal. Or if not, come on back down for Sphinx. Inhale, expand your belly. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, expand your belly and your ribs. And then let that go. Next, expand your belly, your ribs, and your collarbone. And let that all go. Notice if there's anywhere you can soften. Take a deep inhale. Exhale it out. Come all the way down. Rest your head on your arms, on your hands. And just enjoy the rebound of this pose. In your mind's eye, I want you to imagine pulling your left knee up toward your hips. And now do it for half frog. This pose is asking a lot, and it can feel like a lot. So give yourself what you need. Perhaps you would like to put a pillow underneath your foot. Perhaps a blanket, a rolled up blanket on your hip crease. So your ankle is in line with your knee, and your knee is going toward your hip bone or your hips. It doesn't have to be there, but it's going toward it. You control the lever of stress by bringing your knee in closer toward you if you want more of a stretch in your groin area. So play around with where your Goldilocks position is. And once you find it, release any muscle tension, if you have any, and find stillness. When we observe ourselves, we're typically more critical than when we are observing someone that we love. So what I want you to do is to put on lenses and imagine your favorite person observing you with gentleness, with a loving kindness. And then ask yourself, can you do it for yourself? With each breath, allow something to soften. Take in a deep inhale. Let that go. Slowly and gently bring your leg down and straighten it to meet your right. And just notice how one side feels than the other. And then when you're ready, bend that right knee and bring it toward your right hip for frog on the other side. When you observe, there are no right answers. There are no expectations. There's no performance. There's no guessing. When you observe, you are tapping into your wisdom. On your inhale, notice if there's anywhere you can soften, and on your exhale, soften. Notice your foot. Is it pointing down or is it going toward you? Play with that position. See what feels good for you. Notice where your breath is in your body. Take a deep inhale. Let it go. Straighten that right leg. Send it back to the left. And just lie here for a moment or do any type of movement that feels good for you. Meet me on your back. Get there any way you like. Bring the soles of your feet onto the mat. Notice how your head and your back is supported. Your feet is supported. In constructive rest. Bring both knees into your chest and hold them. And then fall over toward one side for a tuck twist. Your knees are together, going toward your chest. And then I want you to unfold your opposite arm to where both shoulders are on the mat. You can always rest your arm on a pillow or a block or a bolster. Take this time to reflect on how it felt to be a simple observer with gentle eyes, with loving eyes. with no judgment, expectations, or answers. Being present in the moment. Letting all the titles and the roles fall away. You can always place a pillow under your top foot for more support as well. Taking a deep inhale, exhale it out. Bring your hand back over to your other one and roll over to your back. Maybe move from side to side. And then allow yourself to fall over to the other side. Spending just a moment in this tuck twist before unfolding to allow your shoulder to fall to the mat. When you observe without judgment, you have the opportunity to shift your perspective, to see things that you may not have noticed. It may bring clarity. It may bring insight. It may bring acceptance. And allow space for more love and kindness and compassion toward yourself. Drink in breath. Exhale it out. Bring your knees back into your body. Bring them toward you. Any movement that feels good. And then come into Shavasana. Come into your favorite pose that is most comfortable for you. Come into total surrender. Allow yourself to melt into the mat. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. Notice where your breath is in your body. Take in a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Bring small movements into your ankles and into your wrist. Bring the soles of your feet onto the mat. Allow your knees to fall over to one side. Press your hand into the mat and push yourself up and meet me in a seated position. Together, let's raise our hands over our heads. Bring them together and in front of your heart. Bow to yourself for your wisdom. Bow to yourself for being your teacher. I thank you and I am honored to be your guide. It is my hope that you continue to stay connected to your mind, body, and soul. Ashe.